So in terms of, I know you speak a lot on data. I know you're just talking about a conference and stuff you've been speaking at. If you could make some educated guesses on trends when it comes to where the world of data is kind of going, what are some things that we should generally all be aware of, particularly if we're not in the field ourselves?
Yeah, I think there used to be a big movement in this space to bring all data together in one spot, either a data warehouse or data lake or whatever it was. But I think that movement has died. Like, people realize that data is going to be everywhere, and it's all across the organization. And so there's a lot of work that's going on for the moment in data architectures and the underlying stuff to leave data where it is, but being able to still process and access it. So it's a bit complicated to explain simply, but this is an area certainly that we see grow, right? There's multiple cloud vendors, there's multiple SaaS solutions, there's multiple places where people hold and maintain data, and that will remain this way, I believe.
It's not going to be aggregated into one big
no
big world,
we tried that for 15 years. It failed.
In terms of sort of graduates, maybe your own hiring at Collabora, how do graduates showcase their skills around data confidence? Does that make a difference when you're hiring, particularly in your company?
It does. It also depends on the role, of course. Like, for example, right, I hire a lot of sales profiles, and salespeople in general need to be able to communicate with data, not only to the customer, but also internally. Like, what's their pipeline and how much is it worth and all those kind of things. So there's an expectation there that they do understand data to a certain degree. Now, if you look at more what I would call hardcore data jobs, right, data processing and science and so on, a lot of the times people are looking at math skills, right? So anything you can highlight on kind of statistics or advanced mathematics, that's great, right? One thing I would recommend, if you don't have a major or minor in data, is to do some online courses. And Coursera, for example, an online education platform, is a good source. They have quite a few courses that talk about data and how to use it. And then it really depends on what area you want to work in, right? If, again, more the real data space or the communication space, that will dictate what courses you should be following to kind of build your skill there. But I would certainly mention them on resumes. I don't see them enough, I think, on resumes. It shows that you kind of continue education, which is a big thing in the data space because it evolves constantly, right? And it shows eagerness as well. So I believe they're a good thing to add.
So even if you're studying nothing related to maths and stats, if you can show that you've done a short course on Coursera, that still counts.
For me, it certainly does. Because it also shows about the personality of the person you're talking to and their approach to learning new skills.